Hello and welcome to DB San Antonio and Spa Hotel. My name is Jana and you're watching Curves on the Road. In today's video, I'll take you to this all-inclusive resort in Malta and I'll tell you all the details you might need to know if you're planning your holiday in this resort. So without further ado, let's get right into it. This hotel is located in St. Paul's Bay, and we have picked this one in particular because it had the all-inclusive program. To get to the hotel, you can either take public transport, Uber, or as we did, we basically bought this vacation as package holiday with the flight, transfers and the accommodation, simply because it was 3,000 Czech crowns cheaper than if we did it on our own. It took us around 45 minutes to an hour to get here. Not that it would be that terribly far, but first of all, we were stopping in different other hotels to drop some people off. And also the traffic here in Malta, oh boy, yeah, it's a lot, especially on the weekdays. It's quite heavy and the short distances that are between places can become long just by the amount of traffic that's there. If you expected the hotel to be in the middle of nowhere like I did, you'd be in for a big surprise. It is actually completely surrounded by other hotels, shops, restaurants, you name it, it's around it. So it's not like you would have to be just in the hotel and have no other opportunities to go out to explore and enjoy yourself. So you can keep that in mind. If you are not like us, we love ourselves some all-inclusive and we want to have everything in place, the comfort, and since we eat a lot, we save money. But if you guys are like, oh, we have breakfast and then only dinner, probably you don't have to worry that like you wouldn't have a chance to get the food elsewhere than in the hotel, and you might be better off with just the breakfast option, right? I'll have a separate video on the St. Paul's Bay, so you can get inspired as what we did around here and maybe do the same if you want. The reception is huge, but there are not that many people operating it. I believe I can Google how many rooms this hotel has, but the truth is, yeah, it's so big that if there is a bigger group checking in, I believe it might take a little longer. We were just, I think, 2 or 3 families checking in at the same time, so there was no problem, no issue. What's amazing about Malta, if you're an English speaker, be it your first language or if you're just fluent in English, you'll be so relaxed here because everybody speaks English. So if you go for the all-inclusive program, you'll get one of these terrible, hideous bracelets that you'll have to wear all the time. You'll get normal key cards to your room. Be careful, you will need the cards also to operate the elevator. The elevators, you can only go to the roof deck, reception or gym pool area and your floor. So you either have to put the card to it to go to your floor, or when you want to go, we want to go to the pool, right? Let's go to the pool.
Car C.
Thank God for the elevators. There are 10 floors in total. We are on 9th floor this time, so I'm glad there is an elevator, and there are 6 of them if I'm not mistaken. We got free upgrade at the reception from the standard room to the family room. So we have a little bit more space. There's like a little area with a couch. And also the view is a little bit better. Well, if you recline a little bit on the balcony, you actually have the sea view, which is always nice. I like myself some at least partial sea view. First, I was worried about the hangers. There is no wardrobe as such. You have to put the hangers and they stay on display. And it looked like they are only above chest of drawers, but actually there's still extra space. So if you have long dresses, they can be like behind the drawer. There's enough space to store your things. Both of us could put all our belongings outside of the suitcases. There is a safety deposit box where you can put all your stuffs. It's big enough even for a tablet. There's a fridge. There's nothing in it, so you can't count it as a mini bar. It basically just serves for keeping cool your stuff, or you can put the pitcher with water in it. In general, in Malta, there are the same sockets as in United Kingdom, but I'm not sure if it's because they're part of European Union and it's a must, or if they just do it here in this hotel for the tourists. But there are two sockets, one on each side of the bed. One is the European standard, the one we have in EU, and the other one is British. You get yourself a pitcher. That's, on one hand, I love it because like no plastic bottles here to take your water. You are not allowed to drink tap water here. They have dispensers of cold and lukewarm water at the corridors near the elevators. So what you can do is take the pitcher and refill it there. Is it a little bit annoying? Yes, because we are a little bit further from it. So every time you want water, you have to go there. On the other hand, we're doing it for the environment. If you just count how many bottles we would use just by the two of us on one stay, yeah, I think it's quite an elegant solution. Maybe in the future, by the money they save on the plastic bottles, they might maybe put more dispensers around the floors. There is a kettle, there's some Nescafe, some tea. We didn't use any of it, so I can't really give you a review how that tastes because we're an all-inclusive program. So whenever we want coffee or something, we go for a good one downstairs. The beds. The beds are European, and why I say that, it's when you have a double bed in Europe, you don't. It's two single beds stuck together and there's a hole in the middle. The beds are comfortable. The mattresses, I like a little firmer mattress and this one deliver. The bathroom is not the biggest, but it's sufficient. There's a toilet, a huge mirror, a sink. The shower is absolutely perfect because there's a rain shower and there's a hand shower as well. So everybody is happy. Thumbs up for that. Very good current of the water if you need to wash your hair. You get your towels changed whenever you ask for it, so it's not automatic. You have to put them on the floor for the cleaning lady to know that she's supposed to take them away. The room is cleaned every day. The program of all-inclusive consists of breakfast, lunch and dinner, and all the beverages that are available in the bars in the vicinity. What's kind of refreshing and fun is here, those restaurants and bars, except for the main restaurant, are also commercial, meaning if you don't have the all-inclusive program, you can still go there, pay for the menu and get the same dinner. It's great that, first of all, they have customers, right? And also that the food has to be on the quality level that people would actually pay for to go get. So I like it very much. Breakfasts are always in the main restaurant. It's a buffet style. They have everything you can think of. Malta used to be a British colony. So if you like British food, you can rest assured that there'll be some. And my favorite British food is probably full English breakfast. For lunch, lunch is probably the weakest one for me, or it used to be. But today, for example, we had this splendid lunch. Like there was even sushi, they had shrimps, they had great beef, they had salmon. What I love the most about lunches is there is an ice cream station and you can scoop your own ice cream, put your own toppings. Chef's kiss. So my lunches usually consist of ice cream, but you will definitely find something else if that's not your vibe. For late lunch, when the main lunch is over, if you're hungry later, or if you simply prefer to eat a bit later, there's a less variety, but still they have savory, sweet options, and you can eat maybe a little more in peace because it's not as busy as during the lunch hour in the main place. For the dinner, there are 4 restaurants you can pick from apart from the main one, and that's one that's Italian or Mediterranean cuisine. Then there's one that is called Tagine, which serves Moroccan Indian fusion. The third one is Asian or Japanese, if you like. And the last one is Indian. We will not have time to go for the Indian because they are not all open at the same days, at the same times. You have to make reservation for these restaurants. You can do it either at the reception. They have a special app, or there are terminals in the reception. We have already been in the Italian one, Salia, I believe it's the name, and it was very good. It's the share food concept, meaning you and your partner, or even actually the whole group, will get small bowls of different kinds of food, and you all share, you all try from the same plates. Then there is the Tagine restaurant. They had amazing couscous. They had really good Indian flavors. My boyfriend loved their chicken. Don't skip on the Tagine restaurant. It's not a sit-down restaurant, it's a buffet. So be ready that you'll have to serve your food, but definitely totally worth it. And here, don't skip on the dessert. They have those small pieces that look like a flat cake. In the evenings, and actually even during the day, there is an animation program. During the day, it's mostly around the water activities, water polo, water aerobics, things like that. If something, I go for the evening programs. It's usually like on the stage near the cozy bar. And yeah, we've seen some acrobatic acts, which was really, really lovely. So if you want to spend the evenings drinking and watching some program, it's definitely here as well. The swimming pools here are big, quite warm, and there are lots of them, which is great. So there is one that is a little bit deeper, 1.40 meters. That's my favorite because I like to swim around, not just lounge in the water. So that was my favorite. Then there is one that is more shallow, but still mostly for adults to enjoy their dip in the water. On the left side, there is also a kids pool with like the pirate ship and all that jazz. So if you have kids with you, that's where they'll enjoy. But if you have kids with you, they are not allowed on the rooftop where there is the infinity pool, and that's only 16 plus. So keep that in mind. The infinity pool, everybody was obsessed about it in the reviews that I've read before coming. And I'm like, it's beautiful. It's great, you can watch the sunset from there and it's precious. But since it's quite shallow, it wasn't my favorite at all, and it gets cramped really quickly if there is a lot of people. There's also a bar with that on top, so if you want, let's say, more adult surrounding, yeah, you can go to the rooftop. It's on the 10th floor. you can just press the right button and you will get there. The most upsetting part of everything was unfortunately the beach. I'm used to those big sandy beaches where you have millions of sunbeds and umbrellas and you can pick whichever you want and it's all included in the hotel and everything. Here, nothing. The beach doesn't even belong to the hotel, so if there was anything wrong with the beach, you have nowhere to complain. The hotel has no responsibility over the beach. It has no saying as what's going to be happening, who's going to be there, what's going on there. So keep that in mind. It's a little bit more wild, and the beaches here in Malta are generally rocky. Only in the north somewhere there should be some sandy beaches, but we haven't been, so it's just a rumor I heard. So if that is what you're going for in Malta, like sandy beaches with the beach chairs, do your research, ask around, because I haven't seen it anywhere in the vicinity of the St. Paul's Bay. The water is crystal clear though, like we could even see fish just from standing above it. The problem is getting in the water is not the most comfortable and there is nowhere to lie down. All that I could tolerate. My biggest problem is there are no showers. Another thing that was bad about the beach is that you couldn't just walk from the pools down 1 minute to the beach. You had to circle the whole hotel through the main entrance, unfortunately, so it made it even more inconvenient. There's also a spa, which obviously it's extra, it's always extra. They have massages, aromatherapies, a lot of different things. There's also a gym. They say it's one of the best equipped gyms people have ever been to in a hotel. So there's that if you want to get some exercise. And generally the hotel definitely worth your money. I would definitely recommend this hotel both to couples, single people, young, old. It was one of the big advantages of this hotel that even though it's vast, like this hotel is absolutely immense. It's not like, for example, in Punta Cana where you really walk kilometers to get from one part to another because you don't need to. There are just another hotel rooms. So everything's centralized in the center of the hotel. So everything's absolutely perfect. So that's it. That's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you give me a San Antonio thumb up, and you can subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing rest of the day and bye.